Hello again, YouTube. It is Matt here from HobbySpot NZ. In this video, we're going to be talking about Gandalf the White. Now, I said in my last video we're talking about Gandalf the Grey, but not quite. No, he's a little bit different. So this is the new Gandalf the White miniature. I've only painted the foot one. I did get the mounted model as well, which is very beautiful. But I'm going to just do a quick review and talk about what paint I used and stuff here, and go over him. So this is the model. Really neat little plastic model. He has an awesome sweeping curves, very dynamic. In terms of painting him, it's very easy. So went over with again another base coat of the Army Painter sprays, but this time I used a tan. So the tan was a awesome starter base because you can build up from that into a warm white. So the cool thing about that is that you don't have to do much work. You can see there you just do some of the highlights, some of the edges, and as long as you've got a relatively smooth consistency in your paint, so you can get an awesome sort of consistency on the model as well. Now he was pretty cool. I mounted him on this sort of dynamic base which I had, which is sort of a rock base, trying to emulate that scene from Fangorn in the Forest, because he was going in a Fangorn list. I sort of don't have any inkling to put him in any Gondor lists at this stage, but so yeah, he's a cool hero. In terms of his abilities, I think some of his upgrades from his stats have been really good. 2 attacks now, and he's got some really good spells in there as well. Some extra bits and bobs. Relatively expensive, but you pay for what you get. He's a guy who gets stuff done on the field, and of course he is a really visually a great hero to have too, because he sort of stands out from the crowd. So he's awesome. Plastic construction was really easy. Comes together. I think you can have option for without this part. I did have a little bit of cleanup, which you can't really see because I've done such a good job of the cape. So just did a green stuff and painted over the top. But other than that, I think if you sort of do a bit of good cleanup and things like that, you should be fine with those sorts of things. This is one of the only models I've done like a wee bit of face detail. I don't usually do eyes, but I sort of went for it on this one. It sort of worked out. And I went for a cold style beard to add a bit of contrast. So if I went warm white on warm white, it would blend in a bit, and it'd be a bit funny. But since that's a cold white on that beard there, and I'll show you on the back, you'll see it better. You can see there it's a lot more defined, and it sticks out, which is cool. Because technically it's still a white, but it's a grayer white than it was. And yeah, so that's Gandalf the White. I think he's again, like you guys know my opinion on Gandalf the White. He's an awesome model, a little bit of a step up, I think, in quality from my last one. And I still have to finish off the tip of the staff there, which I'll get around to at some stage. But at this stage, I think he's pretty much done, and I'm going to have to get him out there and get some games in. So yeah, again, guys, if you like this video, give it a like. Stay tuned for next time and subscribe, and we'll get some more videos on the way for you. Cheers.